Hello, morning everyone. Welcome to join the Web Solutions webinar, Vietnam. Okay, let's wait for a couple minutes to gather more visitors. Okay. So today in this session, I would like to introduce you network updates, Nx Witness, and some new features. Okay, and also for security issue, we have passed like a certification about cyber security in US. So I would like to share with you about the certification as well. Okay. So as usual, basically I will use the NS client to do the presentation. Okay, so as you may know, NS client is basically a media player, right? So I use NS client and snapshot my presentation as a picture and then put it here so that I can do the presentation like this, right? Okay. So, okay, let's start. Let's start the webinar today. Okay. So, I'm Andy from Network Optics. I'm in charge of APAC channel manager. Okay. And NS Network Optics is focused on doing a VMS, right? And our VMS is easy to use and powerful. Okay, because we think in this industry, VMS is always difficult to use, right? No matter the distributor or the SI or even the end user, they don't know how to use it, right? So if they cannot use it, how can they work well with the VMS, right? So we want to make it easy and powerful. Okay. So this is our history. We start from 2010. And it's so this year 2020 is the 10-year anniversary, right? And 2 years ago we think about to have some analytics like AI or something else, but we realized that we cannot do it by ourselves, right? Because we cannot be more stronger than the AI professional, right? So we just make it as a like an integration way. Okay, we make the Meta VMP to make our technical partner can be easily integrate their solution with us. Okay, so now we have a lot of technical partner who can work their solution into NS Witness. Okay, I will introduce this one later for more detail. Okay, yeah, by the way, if you have any question, you can see there is a Q&A icon, right? You can click the icon and leave your message, and then I will reply you later. Okay. And this is our like our offices. We have some branches in the world, right? And basically, I'm based in Taiwan. Okay, I'm based in Taiwan, and I travel to all countries in Asia. Okay. And this is our structure of employees. Basically, we have more than 80% doing the support and the developer. Okay, and yeah, as I say, we want to make a software, a VMS, as easy as possible, right? So our marketing team just do this one. Like yeah, even Monkey can do the support, technical support. It's easy for you, for easy for you, for your partner, for your end user. Okay. Although I say we want to make the software easy, but actually Nx Witness is a powerful software. So you can see like this, we have a lot of roles inside the software, right? You can do a lot with the software, but we don't separate the roles into like a several package. No, we just make a server package and a client package. Okay, so easier. You can take a look on this. Um, Normally in a normal project, there are some devices here, right? Camera or NVR encoder here, and you put a PC or server here to install Nx Witness inside, and it become like a server. You can say that recording server or Nx server. Okay, and if you have more than two servers, you can do merge. You can do merge to make more than two servers to link to each other. Okay, this is our Hive architecture. I will introduce it later. Okay, so your servers will record the cameras inside the servers, right? And then we have three types of client: the web client, the application client, and the mobile client. Okay, you can use these three types of a client to log into your servers. Okay, and also we have a cloud. We have a cloud service here, but this cloud is not for recording yet. Okay, this is for connection, which means if you set up a Nx Witness server in your house or in your office, you can use the client to log in to the cloud, and then you can get your server. Okay, so you don't need any IP address. You don't need a fixed IP address for your login. You just need a cloud. Okay, so yeah, for sure, you can log in by the IP address and username and password, right? And also you can use our cloud. So you don't need fixed IP. You don't need to do any setting in your routers, right? And of course, you don't need to have a DDNX. No, you just use cloud if you don't have a fixed IP. So if your server is installed on a place and there is no Wi-Fi, no internet, you just have a 3G, 4G, 5G. Yeah, that is no problem. That is no problem. You still can log into your 5G server by the cloud. Okay, this is quite useful in some case. And I would like to introduce you the Hive architecture. Okay, so in Nx Witness, we don't do measurement server because each Nx server is the measurement server. Okay, so for example, I have 6 servers here. I install Nx Witness in all servers, and then you merge all servers to each other. Okay, and then the 6 server become a big system. Okay, become a big system. So which means you can log into this one and see everything. Or you can log into this one and see everything. Okay, so you can simply think about that for a bank project. This can be, for example, it's a Hanoi branch, Hanoi Bank, right? This is in the bank in Ho Chi Minh City. This is in Da Nang, maybe, right? And you link them to each other, and then you can log into one server and see everything. Okay, so it's good for you to do the central management, right? The guys in the headquarters, they don't need to recall all camera back to the center. They recall on the local, but the center administrator can see everything, can get all the events, right? And even by this structure, we can do failover. Okay, we can do failover. For example, this is a factory, right? This is the first floor. This is the second floor, the third floor, fourth floor, right? When the server in the first floor crash, right, the camera will automatically move to another server to record. Okay, and if the second server crash as well, the 4 cameras will go to another server to record. Okay, so you don't need to worry about, I have one server fail and these 2 camera no recording. No, don't worry about that. The camera will automatically fail over to another server and record there. Okay, And this is automatically failover. You don't need to do any presetting. You just enable it, and everything works. Okay. Okay, we have one question about with high server. Okay, I will wait for your question. Okay. So in this case, if your server crash, the failover working, right? If your storage in the server crash, yeah, the failover works as well. Okay. Okay. I think I just jumped to another sheet and I will reply you later. Okay, about your questions. And this is our hardware recommendation for the server. For the server, we recommend a server as a maximum 128 cameras. And with this spec, Core i3 CPU and 16 GB, you can handle 128 cameras. Okay, and for our server, basically we don't set any limitation for the whole system, but we have test as a 100 server and 100 cameras. So for total 10,000 cameras in a system, we have test. Okay, so again, we don't set any limitation, but what we have test is 10,000 cameras in a system. And at the same time, 1,000 users log in to see some live view playback, something like that. Okay. And for the client, we suggest you use a Core i5 at least, Core i5 CPU, and with the VGA card and 16 GB memory for the NS client to see the live view playback, everything. Okay. Okay, so let me reply the Q&A first. With a Hive system, when server in Hanoi fail, Da Nang will run. How license for total? Okay, I see. Okay, let me get back to this sheet. Okay, in this structure, there is 6 servers, right? And per server with 2 cameras. So for total, this server, you need to put 2 license key here, right? And 2 license here, 2 license, 2 license, 2 license, 2 license. When the Hanoi server fail, the camera will automatically go to Ho Chi Minh City, right? And also the license here will go to Ho Chi Minh City. So you don't need to buy extra license for the failover. Okay? So I think this is what you asked, right? Yeah, thank you, thank you. So let me click, answer live, done, done. Okay. So next one, this is from the US famous media, IPVM. They make a research about the top 5 VMS in 2020. And the number 1 is, I think the champion is Avigilon. And number 2 is Genetec, and then Milestone, and then Nx. Okay, so Nx is number 4 in the research report. Okay, so just for your reference. Okay, so let's jump to the features. In the very beginning, I would like to introduce you. Nx Witness is very low weight software, which means the server package and the client package are not more than 150 megabyte. It's quite small, so easily for you to download, easily for you to install, right? And the reason why we can do this lightweight is because we don't put any extra software inside. We make our own SQL server. We make our own frameworks, right? So we don't need to use MS SQL. We don't need to use .NET Framework, Microsoft. No, we use our own software. So that's the reason why we can control it very well. There is no unexpected error in the SQL Server, in the framework. Okay, and we do auto discovery. Some of you may have the experience that you install the NX Witness in your environment and you run the NX client, and suddenly all the cameras just show up in your software. You didn't do anything even, right? This is our auto discovery. So the funny story is, there is one time I visit Vietnam in Ho Chi Minh City, and I go to a hospital. I go to a hotel, right? And then I get back to my room. I turn on my laptop. I run the NS client, and I use the Wi-Fi in the hotel, right? And I just noticed that all the cameras from the hotel just get into my software. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything because the hotel guy, they put their cameras in the same network with the free Wi-Fi. So you can see that it's in the lobby, right? The counter, the outside the hotel, the kitchen, the parking lot, and also actually there are two cameras is in the locker room. Okay, and in the locker room, they change the clothes there, even women. So I told this guy that your camera is unsafe. You need to change the networking or put some password. I don't know. Yeah, but I don't know. Finally, they do or not. Yeah, it's not safe, right? They even put a locker room. I mean, I even can see the locker room, right? So yeah, it's funny. It's funny for the auto discovery, right? Okay, there is a feature that we call it zoom window. For this kind of a camera, the high resolution camera is useful for you to overview the place. For example, this is a parking lot, right? I put this kind of camera, I can take a nice view of the parking lot. But the resolution is high, but I cannot get some detail because my monitor is not big enough, right? So in this kind of a situation, you can use the zoom window here, right? You can make a window and make it zoom in to see some detail, right? Like this bus, like this trash can, right? And even the warehouse here, you can take a nice care about your camera, about your views, right? And even you can do multiple, right? So it's kind of one camera become multiple cameras, right? And of course, NS Winners just charge one license for you, right? And the better thing is I can make the separate window for you to take a look at. And also I can export or snapshot this one only, right? For example, there is someone inside the car, inside the bus doing something. I want to export a video, but I don't want to export a big one, right? It's okay. You can export a small one to save your bandwidth, to save your storage, okay? All right. So let's get back to the features, and another one is smart search. Okay, smart search is a good way for you to search motions. Okay, for example, I want to see who getting to my office. I just click on the smart search, draw on the office door, right? And then you can see some red line on the timeline, the red line on the timeline, right? That means on that time, there's someone getting or leave, right? And then you can see NS Winners will play back one by one for you automatically. You don't need to control anything. I just display for you one by one, one by one, one by one, right? Someone get in, someone leave, someone get in, someone leave. It looks like a time compressor, right? So anyway, it's good for you to search something, to search who get into the door, who touched the desk or something, right? Okay. And then NS Winners can control something. it's like a little bit like IoT, right? To control something, you can set up a button here and click on the button, you turn on the light. And of course, you can turn off the light. Right. So it's quite simple. It's quite simple. I just click on the button, and NX client will link to the Nx Witness server, and then call the DIDO from the camera side, and then do the turn on the light, turn on the light. And also, you know, like open the barrier, close the barrier, right? So it's good. It's good for you to do something like a small parking lot, right? You don't need to set people like a security guy in the parking lot, right? You just, for example, you have a 100 parking lot to manage, right? And before, in the traditional way, you need to send 100 people there to manage the parking lot, right? And now you don't need to do that. You just put some guys, like 2 or 3 guys in the center, right? And when the parking lot, when someone want to get into the parking lot, but he cannot, like he forget the car or something, right? Or the LPR working not well, right? He can push the emergency button, and then the center administrator can pop up, can see the camera, and then they can do two-way talk, like, oh, sorry, sir, what can I help you? And the guy may say, oh, I lost my car. I cannot drive into the parking lot. And then the center administrator will take a look at the car number, right? And then maybe check the document. Yeah, yes, sir. You are our customer. I will open a barrier for you remotely. That's it. That's it, right? It's kind of a smart parking lot, right? And it's a better support. I mean, better customer support in this kind of a situation, right? All right. So it's fisheye, right? People like fisheye now, and for the fisheye, we can do something like a DWAP, right? And then you can make a fisheye camera become like this, right? 90 degree, 180 degree, 360. Okay, and actually, Nx Witness always record the fisheye, but just show you different in the kind. That means if I take a look here, Nx Witness is actually still recording like this. Okay, so you don't need to worry about I changed the angle and there's no recording behind me. No, we still record a full view for you. Okay, so in this kind of a situation, some people will use the speedon to do the patrolling like this, right? Like from A point to the B point to the C point, and again, A point to the B point to the C point, right? People may use speedon to do that. But if you use the speedon, what will happen? You know, in the speedon, there is an engine and a belt, right? If you keep working like this for 24 hours every day, your PTZ camera will broken so soon, right? Just like a motorbike. You ride your motorbike 24 hours per day, and your motorbike will broken very, very soon, right? So we suggest you can use a fisheye to do this. Okay, you use the fisheye and set up some point, and then make it travel between the point like this. PTZ tool. You can also do the same with the PTZ camera. And the better thing is your fisheye will not broken by the tooling, right? And also, when the fisheye look at by this way, we still record everything, right? You don't need to worry about, okay, petrol to this place and no recording behind me, something like that. right? So that's the reason why people like to use fisheye to do the patterning, to do the tuning. Okay. Okay, next one. Although I say people like to use fisheye instead of a PTZ, but still some customer like to use PTZ because in the PTZ camera there is an optical zoom, right? So we make some advanced PTZ function here, right? You just click on some point, Nx Witness will move the camera to that point. Okay, click and move, click and move. So you don't need to control the PTZ actually. Okay, and then you can draw a window, Nx Witness will move to there and then zoom in for you. And double click, zoom out. Draw a window, zoom in for you, and double click, zoom out. Okay, we believe this is the easiest way, the most easy way for you to use the PTZ camera. So you don't need to use joystick. You don't need to use a mouse or something to try that, try up, try up. No, just click and move. Okay. What CCTV do you recommend for outdoor fisheye or PTZ? It depends on your demon. For example, if you want to take care of a wide angle, like for example, construction place, right? In front of you, there are 3 buildings under construction. You want to monitor the buildings. Yeah, you can use a fisheye to take care of a whole view, right? If you just want to take care of a small area, for example, just one building, maybe PTZ is better because PTZ can do zoom in with the optical zoom, right? If you use fisheye, you zoom in, it will become a little bit blur, right? So it depends on you, depend on what kind of a situation you want to use, okay? But both fisheye and the PTZ can solve your problem in Nx Witness to take care of a whole view, okay? So take this one as an example. If you use a fisheye, you can see like this wide angle, right? If you use a PTZ, maybe you just see like this, right? If you use PTZ, maybe just see like this. And maybe you want to do curing, right? Here for 5 seconds, and then here for 5 seconds, here for 5 seconds. But when your PTZ turn here, that means here and here, no recording at all, right? So for this kind of area, I think fisheye is better. Okay, fisheye is better to take care of a whole place for you, right? Okay. Okay, so next, I would like to share with you about the security. Okay, in Nx Witness, actually, basically all the connection, all the events, all the logging, and even the video, we can encrypt it, right? So when you like get the package between the network, you cannot get the information from the package. Okay, so we encrypted all the connection, all the video, and then we do something more. We call it test overlay, but I will say this is a peak proof. Why peak proof? We do a research that when your video is exposed outside, mostly it's done by the administrator, right? Which means I'm Andy, I work here, and I see something interesting, and I want to share with my friends or something. Maybe I will take the camera, take my cell phone and take a picture or take a video and share with my friends, right? But now, when I log into the software, when I log into the system, my name is here, right? My name is here, or maybe it's my working number or something. So I will not take a picture with my name, right? Because if I do so, people will know that is from Andy, right? So basically, people will not do that. And even this operator will take the responsibility to protect his monitor. For example, Andy is working with this monitor, and there is someone like a Bill come here and want to take a picture on the monitor. Andy will stop him, right? Like, hey, don't do that. My name is on the screen. Don't take a picture like that, right? So now some banks or smart city project, they like it so much. This is good. Actually, this is easy to do, right? And it's good for the security issue. Okay. And if unfortunately your video still exposed outside, maybe someone is export a video and someone get it, you can basically check in Nx Witness by the OD trail function. Okay, we actually record all the information here, like ND login from this IP address and on this time and watching live, right? Or export video, right? So you can basically, of course, you can do a filter, right? I want to search ND. I want to search the export video, right? And you enable it, you can see, okay, there's one. ND is for the video for this camera, but you don't know what is this camera, right? So you can click play. And then the system will show you the video that ND is for. Okay, from this time to this time. ND exports this video. Right? So you can audit who did that. Okay. And next, for security issue, we passed a certificate from Praetorian. It's a famous one in US. Do you know Zoom? When when someone say, "Oh, Zoom is from China, so that is not safe," and Zoom say, "No, no, no. We already passed the certificate from Praetorian." So people just like, okay, we believe in you because this one is mostly for like a military, police or something. It's quite serious. Okay, and we passed that as well. We passed two level. We passed two level of the certificate. The first one is OWASP ASVS level. Okay, there are 4 levels for total. We passed the second one. Okay, we passed the second one. And what is the idea about the second one? If you do something like an online payment system, you need to pass this one, right? Like you do some finance or you are a bank, you need to pass this one. So I would like to say Nx Witness is the same level, the same security level with the banks, with the online payment system. Okay. And the other one is grading report card. We passed the best one, excellent. Okay. So this report is confidential, but it's good to share with you by mouth and now even by webinar. Yeah, so this is for your reference. If your customer, the end user, they need this report, we can offer that for you. We can offer this for you, but you need to sign something like an NDA contract, of course. Okay. So for your reference, we have passed this kind of cyber security certificate. Okay. And next one is a health monitor. Health monitor for your server. How many CPU you use, how much memory you use, C drive, D drive loading, and the networking card. Okay, it's lively for you, right? And it's good for some big project. For example, we have Korea Jinchon City project, city surveillance, and it's difficult for them to check all the status of the servers. because they use a VMware. They use a VM machine to put 50 servers inside, and each server records 60 cameras. So for total is 3,000 cameras in that city. Okay, and they are confused in how to manage, how to check the system, like status. So yeah, you can use this one. You can see all the health monitor of your servers, right? And yeah, it's Korean, right? So it's a good way. It's a good way for you to check the system, the servers. I mean, okay. So wait a minute. I see someone raise the hand, right? Let me check. Duan Li, do you want to talk? Hey, you can talk now. Duan Li. No? Okay. So maybe you push the wrong button, right? Okay. So let me continue. Okay. If you have any question, you can put on the Q&A or doing the raise your hand, and then I can unmute you and you can talk. Okay. So about the health monitor, we have another more detailed health monitor. You log into your server's web page, there is a full dashboard for you. Okay, full dashboard for you. In this dashboard, you have quite detailed information for all your servers and your system, all your cameras, all your storage, all your networking. Okay, and it's quite detailed. You can see when you click on a server, we even show you the decoding speed, right? How many pixels we decode for you, how many pixels we encode for you, right? And how many stream outgoing, which means maybe someone log in and then get a stream from you, right? Okay, there are 6 streams, get them by the users outside, right? It's a full report for you, for your full understanding for the system. Okay. Okay, there's a question. For example, Cam1, Cam2 connect server A, Cam3, Cam4 connect server B. Server A fail, can Cam1 and 2 record to server A, B, local WAN? Yes, for sure. The failover is working in the local LAN and also on the public WAN. No problem. But there is only one thing you need to concern is when you add the camera, when you let me go back to the slide, okay? Easier for you to understand. For example, this one is Hanoi, right? And this one is Ho Chi Minh City. We assume that they don't use VPN. They use a public WAN, okay? They use public WAN. So when you want to do, if you want to do the failover, you need to make sure this server can be able to connect to the cameras, right? So there's one thing you need to do. When your server connect with your camera, you need to connect with the public IP first, okay? When this server connect to the camera, you need to connect to public IP first, not private IP, so that when this server crash, this server can take over the failover job from here. Because this is a public IP, right? I can recognize that, so I can get it and record here. So of course, you need to do the routing setting here to do the port forwarding or port mapping for these 2 cameras, right? So when I want to take over the failover, I can be able to do that because it is public IP. Okay, so if you connect the camera with the private IP, like a 193.168, blah, 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 the failover will not run properly. Okay. Okay. Can the web viewing many cameras at the same time? Yes. So far, the web client can only view one camera. Okay. Uh, Basically, it's because of HTML5, the loading is too high, and we want to make it complicated. So so far, just one camera, one time on the web browser. Okay. We are thinking to make it more, but not yet now, not yet in the roadmap. Okay. Okay. So let's continue. Okay. So we have a very detailed dashboard for you. Okay. And yeah, also we can do the video wall, right? You just need to use Nx Witness video wall license with a very normal PC. Like for this project, it's a Chiang Mai surveillance project. They just take two PC here, one PC here, one PC here. And this PC connect to two graphic card and handle the 6 monitors. Okay, you don't need to buy a special or professional hardware, just normal PC, and then enough VGA card connect to all the monitors and run the NS client, and then you can do video wall like this. Even you can do like this, right? To merge 4 monitor become a big monitor, right? And in your client, you can push any camera or any layout you want to the screen. For example, I want this one to show 9 cameras, right? You just double click on your client and it show up here, show one big camera in the big monitor here. That is doable for the video wall function. Okay, and yeah, this is a smart city for Thailand, Samui Island, the famous one in Thailand. And this is actually the camera because they are doing some advertising. So they put camera here and make it like a word, right? Samui City. Yeah, it's funny. Now, this is a video wall in Samui Island. And yeah, this is their control room. Although they say no picture, but my partner still do that for me. Right? They use the EMAP in Nx Witness, put a camera here, some important camera here to do a big view, right? And then also there is a health monitor, and there's their map system, and there's a patrolling camera here, right? And the LPR system here, license plate recognition here. Okay, so this is a control room for the Samui city, just for your reference. Okay, and then the basic function, but I think this is important, that you can make a recording schedule by yourself, right? You can do like the working time from 8 to 18. I want to do always record, right? And no working time, I want to do motion maybe, and the holiday do motion. And there's something special here. This is always because we always connect with the camera and get two streams. The first one is high resolution. The second one is low resolution, right? So you can do so, like always record low resolution. And when I get the motion, I record high resolution. Okay. This is very useful for some cases. For example, ATM machine. Okay. In Taiwan, in the convenience store, like a 7-Eleven, Family Mart, they have an ATM machine inside, right? But some ATM machine is in like a no people area. For example, on the mountain side, there is a 7-Eleven, but not many people go there, right? And not many people use the ATM machine, maybe just 10 people in one day. If you do always record, it's very west of your storage, right? So you can do this one. Always record low resolution. But when motion happen, we record a high resolution to save your storage. Okay. And for some big project, by the way, I forget to say that NX Witness support multiple OS. We support Windows 7, 8, 10, right? We support NX Server. We support Ubuntu. It's kind of a Linux, right? So because we do cross-platform, so we don't do anything only Microsoft. Okay, so for big project, you may need to use AD, Active Directory, right? But we also support LDAP. This is like a more public standard for the same with AD actually. AD is developed by LDAP. Okay, so for a big company, for a big project, they may need to use their own like an account database in AD or in LDAP. And yeah, in Nx Witness, you can do that. You can connect with their LDAP server and get the users from their servers. Okay. And this is for the pricing. For the pricing. Okay. Basically, we charge only for the recording license key, which means you can install the Nx Witness in your server and add the camera, get the live view, and doing all the rules for free. For example, we have a project in Ho Chi Minh City. It's a school, right? They don't want to record, but they want to do something like when the student goes to the school and clock in by their car, right? They put the car to clock in on the machine. The machine will send the information to the Nx Witness, and the Nx Witness will send an email to their parents, right? They just do like this, and they don't need to pay any license key because they don't do recording. Okay. So it's basically a health-free software for you to test, to try, and if you want to record, you buy the recording license key. Okay. And all the SDK and API is for free. And once you install the Nx Witness, for example, I install Nx Witness on my machine, right? And I will have the portal here. And when I log in, I can see there's 4 developers. All the SDK is here. All the API is here, embedded in the servers. So you don't need to ask for that. Once you install the NX server, you get everything. Okay. And the NX Witness license is a lifetime license. Okay, you just buy it one time, you can use it forever. And when we have a new patch, when we have a new version, you can upgrade for free forever. So it's a really lifetime license for you. Okay, and also we have a leasing type. I will introduce this one later. Okay, the leasing type. And the last function I want to introduce is a push notification, which means you can make some event, right? When the event happen, push some alert to your cell phone. Okay, so it will be like this. When you get some alert on your cell phone, you will see like this. Okay. Okay, I get an alert, and when you click on the alert, the mobile app inside will run and then play back for you for this moment. Okay, so it's good for you to do like I'm a security guy, or let's say that I set up an NX Witness in my house, and now I'm outside, and someone trigger my event, like someone open the door, open my door without my permission, and then I will get an alert, right? And see, oh, there's someone getting to my house or something. Okay. And we have a lot of functions still, but I cannot introduce all to you, right? So you can get up to our web page, get up to the YouTube and to search network updates and all the functions or all the webinar we did before, we show up here. Okay, you can come and take a look. What are you interested in, right? And by the way, in Nx Witness, we can put web browser here, right? So I just put a YouTube channel here. So basically, you can take a look on your cameras or the web browser, right? So sometimes maybe you have another system like a file alert system, access control system, and you want to work together in Nx Witness. You can do it like this, right? Put your system, if that is a web-based service, you can put it here to show together, look like integrate together, right? Okay, let's jump into integrations. As I say, we have a lot of integration partners, right? So I would like to show you some. The basic one, access control system, right? Access control system. So for those machine we have integrate, basically you just need to for this one, scan your finger, scan the car, right? And the information will be sent to the Nx Witness. You can see, okay, this is Sean, and his number, his ID is blah, 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 right? And okay, this is Andy, NX3150. And even if you put a long car, right, like out of date, and you can pop up to alert the administrator, to alert the security guy, right? And also, all the information can be searched. Like I want to search Sean, right? And click on it. Okay, we display this one for you. Oh, this is Sean, right? And you can search Andy and double click. Yeah, this is Andy. Easily for you to add, to audit everything about the access control system, right? And the second one, face recognition, right, is popular now. So by the meta integration, you can do it like this. Show the information lively on the NX client. Okay. So basically, the third-party face recognition software get the string from Nx Witness and then do the analytics and then send all the information back to Nx so that Nx Witness can show for you. Okay. And then the same, you can search the keyword. I want to search Nx Sean, and the double click, we play back for you. And this is Sean, right? And you can type like a mail. All the mail showing here. The same, double click, show you the playback, right? And you can do multiple keyword like mail, happiness. You see all the smile man showing here, and double click, display for you. And for this kind of deep integration, we even can do more, like all the setting can be done in Nx Witness. For example, right click on the person and put on the name, and you can enroll into your database like this. It depends on how deep the partner integrate with us by our tool. Okay. And also LPR system, basically, simply say you just search the car number, click on it, get a car, right? Search the car number, click on it, get a car. So basically, for example, you drive your car to your community, and then when you leave, you realize that your car is gone, right? You just show the security guy, okay, this is my car number, please check for me, and then he can find it for you immediately. Okay, it's a good way for you to search your car by your car number. Okay, and also for this partner, they do something special like a container ID recognition, right? For the container, there is always a international ID here, and then the system can recognize that, right? So the same idea. You can search your container ID and get your container. Okay, so that's why in Hong Kong, the big four, they all use NS Witness. These are about DHL, FedEx, TNT, and what's that? UPS, right? All of them use NS Witness, and they are trying to do this one because they handle a lot of containers, right? So for them, they can simply key in an ID and then get the video back. Okay. And also for the intrusion, the smart intrusion is to use a human being analytics, right? Only a person, only a person climb on a wall, and that trigger alert. Okay, if it's just a cat or a dog, there is no alert. Okay, so the system will detect this is a human being or not. If this is a human being, and then close the fence, okay, alert. Okay, so this is more reality alert for you. Okay, and something like a people counting, we have a partner doing this, and it's done by AI, so you can see that basically the quality is so bad like this, we still can recognize everyone, right? And also it's a vehicle counting, right? Motorbike, car, bus, and the go straight or turn right or turn left is for smart traffic. Okay, if too many cars turn right, maybe the traffic light will show faster or something, right? And this is like a behavior recognition. You put something here for fire alert, right? And cross line, the people cannot go this way, but he go this way, alert. Fall down, alert. Fighting, alert. Like a thief, alert. He took something, leave, right? And then smoke, alert. And also this partner doing like object search, right? This software can detect all the objects, and then you can search by the object. Like, let me check. Yeah, you can search like this. I click on the backpack and show you all the backpack here, and double click, display the backpack for you, right? And also you can choose like an umbrella, and showing you all the umbrella, double click, display for you. So this is kind of object search by the keyword, by the item, right? Whatever you want. And also you can put color here, maybe. If your umbrella is a black umbrella, you can type here black and then choose the umbrella, and then you can get the black umbrella. Okay. So it's quite similar like this one. You can choose the chalk and all the chalk here, right? And then you can choose like a bus. We're showing all the bus here. And of course, you can double click to get a playback, right? And you can choose like a person, right? Person, all the person here, because all too many person here, right? So you can put like a pink. You can search the pink person and double click, show you the playback, pink person here, right? And also you can scroll it. Maybe I want to check this one, double click, okay, pink person here, right? So you can also like search white BMW and then double click. This is white BMW, right? Or red Mazda. You show you all the red Mazda, double click, get a playback for you. And even you can search something special like a supercar. What is that? McLaren, right? You just type it, double click, show you playback, like a supercar. Okay, so in Nx Witness, we have a smart motion search, and with this kind of a partner, you can do object search. Okay, and more than that, our panel looking like this now, right? And we are improving our panel. So in the future, our panel will look like this, right? So if the third-party partner can send us some information like what is this color, what kind of the car, and what is the speed, and then you will be able to search a car like I search the car, maybe yellow color, and it's a SUV, and the speed between 37 to 90. And then we can show you that car you want to search. Okay, so we are improving our panel to make it more flexible with our technical partner, right? And with some camera inside analytics, we have a solution as well. You can draw the line, draw the box inside the Nx Witness. You don't need to go back to the camera side. Okay, just draw it, and then working in Nx Witness. So all the analytics will show directly on the live view. Right? It's good integration. So far we integrate with Hanwha Techwin, with Bosch, Vivotech, Hikvision, Dahua, and I think we are looking for the integration with the SS as well, I think. Yeah. So inside the camera embedded analytics can work with the NX as well. Okay. Then I think the last I would like to share with you about the VSaaS, which is the listing business. Okay. Basically, we sell the license for you to do a recording, right? But we still have some special model to do the listing. But this listing is not for normal user. It's mostly for the telecom company or security company or something like that. They have already existing customer. Okay, for like a telecom company, they listing their networking to the customer already, right? Maybe they want to add on the surveillance. Okay, they are suitable for this package, because what we are going to do is we will make their own OEM, make their own brand, okay? And they will have their own branding for these tools. And then we charge for the customization fee every year for the OEM, right? And then monthly, we charge a service fee. Okay, and this one include some channels of cameras. For example, maybe 1,000, maybe this telecom, they have a 1,000 customer already, right? So we will charge a service fee and include the 1,000 channel listing. Okay, and if next month they have a 1,500, then we will charge the extra 500 with the usage fee. Okay, so simply say, this kind of a business, we will charge the customer fee every year and the monthly service fee, and include some license here for free, right? And if they use more than that, they need to pay the extra usage fee. So yearly and monthly. Okay, so if you have like I have a 10 customer, they want to do the listing. Sorry, we cannot do that. We only do this with the like a big company. Okay, but if you have a relationship with those company, those telecom, like a retail, right, like a Mobitel, you can do it with them. I mean, you can introduce them this package, and you do the old services to them, right? Like we listing the software to you, you listing the software to them. That is doable. Okay. So yeah, you will have a customization, different color, different logo. For example, this is for retail, right? And then per month, we charge the service fee, include some licensing inside. And if they use more than that, we charge the extra usage fee. Okay, so there are some example here for this one. This is a US famous security company. Okay, they have already some customer to listing their security business, security service, right? And now they put Nx Witness inside. They do the video surveillance as well, right? So we listen to them, then this and then they list to the customer side. And this logo is their logo, right? So security company can do so. And also like this is the business intelligence company, right? They have their own solution to another takes the view, like, okay, how many people queue here? Maybe too long, it will be alert, and they will send more people here to help or something, right? So the business intelligence company, they do the same listing from us as well, and they offer to their customers. Okay. And in Australia, we have this partner. They are doing the construction site surveillance. Because this site always no internet, they have to use 3G, 4G, right? Like this site, no internet. So they use our cloud service, right? So their main target is to remote monitoring via 3G, 4G networking, and the same, they list the software to the construction site as well. So there's some example for you to think about. Okay, maybe your customer need this, your customer is suitable for this, and you can think about that. Is this business model working for you or not? Okay, yeah, that's all. That's all from today. Today's NS Solutions webinar. So any question, you can put on the Q&A section. We are looking for more detail about NS Solutions. Okay, sure. I will send more information to you by your email address. Okay, and basically that's all from my presentation, right? And I will send what's that? The presentation file to you, and then for your reference. Okay, thank you. Okay, so any questions? Okay, let me see this one. I have questions. Suppose I have a 3 storage. One is primary and 2 is 10. If the extent full, does this yes. If you have 3 storages and all of them are full, we will doing the recycle recording, which means delete the old information. I mean the old video and then record a new audio, right? And I'm not sure what do you mean about 1 primary and 2 extend storage, but in Nx Witness, we always record all the stream to all the storage at the same time, which means maybe 2 camera on the first storage, 2 camera on the second, 2 camera on the third, right? If the third and the second are full, we will still just delete the old one, record a new one until the first storage is full as well. Okay, we will not stop recording on the second and third and just record on the first one. If you want to do that, no problem. You just need to disable the third and the second one, and then we will record on the first one first, and then until the first one's full, you enable all, and the recording will like keep the same. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Would like to check what you advise if we need the notary. Yeah, we have the solution from our technical partner. If someone you need to draw a box. I mean you draw your area, right? If someone keeps staying inside for a long time, you can define it maybe 10 seconds, 20 seconds. You can get alert. You can get alert. No problem. Okay. Oh, hi, Tan. Okay, thank you, thank you. So any other questions? Okay, could you give me some document about the traffic and LPR? Yes, no problem, no problem. I will send you that by this email address, right? No problem. So if you need anything from me, like a presentation file or document, you can send me an email. My email is here, right? You can send me an email and I will send the document for you. Okay, no problem. In extend storage, what is reserved mean? If your storage is small, okay. For example, you have two storage. One is 100 terabyte, and one is just 100 gigabyte. It's two different, right? So we will keep your small one no used. Okay, we will keep your small one no used, and it will be showing like a reserved, like we don't use that. Okay, because that is too small. Or the C drive, the C drive is always too small, right? So we will show you reserved, which means we don't need to use this one. We use the bigger one. Okay. I see two chat here. Thanks. Okay. For tip. Sorry. Tip. What do you need? You need the presentation file or? Okay, no problem. I will send you one. Okay. Okay, so anything else? Any questions? And after this webinar, if you have any question, just feel free to send me an email. Okay, about the software, about the webinar. Maybe you want to know more for next webinar. Yeah, you can let me know. Any information is good for you. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. And this webinar, we will record it and then put it on the YouTube. So later, when we put on the YouTube, I will send you the link. And then if you want to review it again, you can click on it and review it. Okay. Okay. No problem. Thank you. Okay, thank you. So if you are done, no question, then we stop here. Okay. So thank you. Thank you for today, and hope you doing well and stay safe. Thank you. Bye bye.